What's going on, y'all? It's AllStar Izzy in the building, Young Vision Tigers. Let's go ahead and get directly into this video and subscribe and hit the notification button because we're on the road to the top. Now, as you see for the title, we're talking about the top 20 universal rules of the game. And this isn't just the game itself because it is overall, but it's life, dating, yourself. It is about community, it's about society, it's about everything put it together into one. And I accumulated this list throughout the 5+ years of experience that I've just been having. And I want to say a special shout out to my mentors, to the people that have put me under the wing just for me to excel, or even gave me a piece of nugget just for me to take in and just run along with it. Because this is 100% from me. This is 1000% fresh off the press. I created this because I want those who are watching this right now to excel. This is 5+ years worth of experience, plus even more that I'm learning at this time right now, and I know it's gonna benefit those who listen to it greatly. So what I'm gonna do is go down the list of the rules that I have. I'm gonna break it down just a little bit because towards the end of this week, on the 26th, I will be going live and we'll be breaking it down one by one. So we're just gonna have our time for that. But this one right here is for us to just dissect it, talk about it just a little bit, and you can learn it, because some things you may hear, it actually may connect to you and be like, damn, that's actually what I needed. Sometimes what rules can do is bring everything home, because it's a thing that you must know when you're out in this world. Because again, it's not just the game of for dating or this and that. It's the world put in one list. Let's go ahead and get directly into this thing. Now, number one of the top 20 universal rules of the game is going to be great means others will want to take you down. Meaning the thing of, I remember as I was growing up or even experiencing leveling up in myself, in my society and community, having an empire also means that other people will want to take down the empire, correct? So ways that people can try to take you down would be sneaky ways, befriend you directly, or be direct with it, or use your words against you, X, Y, and Z. And I put that for the first one because everybody wants greatness. Everybody wants to excel and put themselves in a position to be the best person. I completely understand that, but just understand that there's something more to come with when you want to be great. It's not always just going to be rainbows and sunshine. There's always something else on the other side of the coin. Number two is going to be fall in love with being criticized. This goes hand in hand. I don't remember how I did it in chronological order. I just did off the fresh of the press of it. But fall in love with being criticized. For those who always are a big dreamer like myself, wants to grasp onto goals, wants to get exactly what you want in this world, you have to be okay with people criticizing you, because there's no other way. To be great means to be hated. To be loved means to be hated means to be loved. But the thing is, with falling in love with being criticized, is that most people are pointing the finger rather than pointing the finger at themselves. And I often say this, is that would you rather be the person that's pointing the finger or the person that is pointing the finger towards? It's either or. But just remember to fall in love with it, because no matter what, living in this world, people are going to criticize you. You can try to craft and mask yourself to be so perfect, but it doesn't matter. People can criticize your perfection. It just is what it is. Number three is going to be stay average until you're the man upstairs. I love this one, right? And I put a slash, right? Until you get your own company. Meaning if you're the best at what you do, the boss will keep you at what keeps the productivity at. So here's what I'm saying is, and this is something that I actually learned firsthand. You put yourself in a position to be the best, you can go up to be a manager or whatever the case is in any situation. It doesn't matter. The boss of the place that you're working at can see that and not want to boost you up as a manager and keep you at the same level to where you're at, because you flow very well with that time and that shift. That's happened too many times. I remember that happened to me. I said, what the fuck? They don't want to promote me because I'm great at what I do and I function very well and the team listens to me even without a title. But that's why I say even stay average until you're the man upstairs, right? Of course, work your way up and do the things, right? But the thing is that this is not your company. You still provide beautiful value to where you're going. But the thing is that you want to also put your all into your own company. Number four is going to be, you don't need anything to define you. You're enough. And to me, this is important because I've been thinking to myself, for just a lot of people in general have such a need to find external validation. Of course, there was a point in time in my life where I was trying to find validation, people pleasing, and I was learning these things. But the thing is that all needs and all things that are met always come down to who the individual is, correct? So it's not even about getting these cars, getting this looks and money and status. How you show yourself within it will always show who you are outside of you. Money doesn't unlame you. We can just say in the simple terms of that, money doesn't unlame the motherfucker. You can have all the money in the world, but you're still a lame. And when they mean lame, it's just saying that you're a lame within. You have no self-love. You got no respect. You got no boundaries. So remember, you don't need anything to define you for who you are and what you gravitate to put towards you because you understand that's what you like. That's an extension of what you want in this reality. And there's nothing wrong with that, but it doesn't define who you are as a person because you could take away everything. But who is the individual underneath all the shit that you have? All right. And number 5 is going to be one of my fucking favorites. And shout out to my mentors, but it's going to be assess and finesse. This is a godlike quality. And it's assess the situation and finesse your way into it. Knowing what plays correctly keeps you ahead. All right. Because the thing is that most people either have too much assess or too much finesse. Too much finesse can take you away from seeing the situation and you just think that you need to sleaze your way into it or learn, be a little bit too adaptable to the situation without you even seeing it. Assess, if you're too much assess, you're too much observant into this. You're not making any plays. So it's essentially logic and action, and it's an alignment. You need to be able to see the assessment of the environment, and you be able to need to know how to move within the environment while assessing at the same time. And the thing most people don't see is that it's a constant 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. It's not that I'm just making a plan, because what if I made a plan in my head, I go into a situation, it's nothing like that. That's when the assess comes in the beginning or in that moment, and you finesse it because that's the part where people are like, oh, they're witty. Oh, you're quick on your toes. You know what I'm saying? X, Y, and Z. That's the whole point of assess and finesse. Number 6 is going to be you get what you deserve. All right. And there's a man that had told me that quote. It's a famous phrase that I share often, but it's the truth. Put time in and see what happens. You can work overtime and you get some good money on your paycheck, right? You got what you deserve. But put in time and see what happens. Is that no matter what you put out, even in social media, what you put out in your company, what words you say to yourself, how you grow your foundation around you as if it was a garden, whatever you put into that will always return back. If you're lazy about your garden and you're not watering the plants as much, they're gonna die. But guess what? Because you were lazy, you didn't feel like doing it, you thought it might have rained for a couple of days, but it didn't end up raining, so you stayed lazy and they ended up dying. So guess what? You got what you deserve. Now, number 7 is gonna be death is in the power of the tongue. This is a beautiful one. And not to get so serious about it, death is in the power of the tongue. It's very true and it's simple, but extremely effective. The thing is that a lot of people are careless with what they say and how they say it, or even when they say it to themselves, to anybody else around. You don't want to be too reckless with what you say. You could say something cross up on a certain individual, they end up firing you or shooting the plate, or just, you never know what it comes with. And just as in death is in the power of the tongue, it's also a blessing in speaking life into other individuals as well, because you can see it in history. I have a rap lyric about that, but death is in the power of the tongue. You can see it in history and how it all begun. The things that you say have motion. The things that you say have meaning. In society right now, it's still praise, but it's not as big as it used to be because people are very loose with their words. And don't be a loose-lipped motherfucker, because we often talk about we don't need to be running our mouths, all right? Number 8 is going to be, if you don't understand the street rules, you'll be finessed. And I put in parentheses, never think with your heart, it makes no sense. Now, the reason why I put this one, right, is because when I say street rules, I could just mean the rules of the jungle, the rules of life. There's things going on when you're in public, you're in the streets, you're going out, you're doing things. People could be looking at you a certain way. People could think that I could do something with him. He seems like a naive person, or maybe, oh, I could tell his bitch don't really like him like that. So when he goes to the bathroom, I'm gonna take his bitch, or just different things on how to sell you on certain points. It comes with a lot of experience, but this is why I'm giving you this game and these rules, because although I'm giving this to you, you must apply them. This is how this all will work. But now that I'm giving to you this and we're breaking it down just a little bit before the live, you gotta understand that there's gonna be people that's gonna try to take you off your square. It's not that it needs to be abrasive, it doesn't mean it needs to be physical violence. It could just be mental tricks in your mind. I remember I got some finesse sometimes. Me and my friend, we was actually in a little mall place and we were trying to gamble, but he did a little trick on us. We ended up losing about a good 200, I think. Crazy, right? But it's true. I didn't lack that knowledge at that time, but it still taught me something more. But just, I want you to keep your head on the swivel and to never feel too comfortable at a place. Always remember where you are and keep your awareness in there. And now I also said with that was that never think with your heart, it makes no sense, because your heart is all about feeling, right? When people speak on heart and express that, thinking is more logical. So you never think with what something that doesn't collide together, right? So you just got to understand, no matter how you feel, always remember to assess and finesse. Understand what's happening in the situation. And number 9 actually just correlates with what I said, is that everyone is sizing you up, meaning that everyone is creating a narrative about you regardless. People could be looking at you in a certain way. Like I said, they could look at you as a lick, or look at you as naive, or you can even perceive you in a whole different opposite way. But the thing is that everybody is creating a narrative of you. Now, whether they know it or not, they're making assumptions by the way you walk, the way you talk, how your outfit is, how you speak, how you present yourself, your mannerisms and everything. I wanted to point that out because I want you to keep the awareness of how things can happen and when you move out into the world. I'm not saying don't be too afraid, don't be too paranoid, because, oh, they're sizing me up. No, just understand that perception is always happening continuously. Now, it'll stay in your mind, but then as your journey goes on, you won't really give a fuck about it. But it'll always be there because you just never know. And always keep awareness of wherever you're at. Another thing I'm going to add to this too is don't put yourselves in positions to be in places that ain't good for you. You're not supposed to be going down to this abandoned ass place or going to this place where they get shoot up. No, understand that you have too much to live for. We made a live about this, but know that you are a special individual, not in the sense of having to be egotistical about it, but that you have a lot to live for. You have a lot to offer in this world. So keep your head on swivel and just remember that perspectives are always being created. Number 10 is going to be society doesn't like confidence. I love this one. And I said that society favors loose confidence rather than honest confidence. And when I say loose confidence, I mean the inconsistent, right? That's why people can value those who are ambitious and consistent with what they do. However, the one that's more relatable and people favor the most is the inconsistent one, because most people relate to that. Now they feel together. And I also put everybody wants to kumbaya together, but once someone leads the pack, it's out of the ordinary. Because when you leave the pack, right, when you go out your way and just say, you know what, I actually don't need a group, I can be independent. I appreciate everybody's collaboration, but there's things that I need to explore out into this world for myself. People can look at you sideways, raising the eyebrow towards you, because they're thinking to themselves, why is he leaving, or what does he have that I don't have? It creates jealousy and envy. Society doesn't like confidence. We'll be breaking that down a lot more because it's just the truth. People think that they love confidence until they realize confidence is respect and boundaries and value and love of oneself. And that comes with the territory of I'm not going to put myself in any position to be in any type of way, whether I like it or not. And I said what I said. And if you don't enjoy that, then that's just what that is. That's up to you. But the thing is that confidence commands respect. It is all about respect with confidence. It is an unmovable knowing of self. Number 11 is going to be people know what they're doing. All right. Nobody's stupid. Never be fooled by what people show you. Always keep your eyes open. See, all these correlate together, and this one had to stand out by itself because often people think that others are just naive, right? People can talk in a passive-aggressive tone. They can talk in a little silly tone. Hi, oh my God, hey, oh, I didn't see you there. They already saw you. Or they could be playing this little manipulative mental game with trying to get some pussy, but already they just trying to sell them a dream to get some of that. So they try to do these certain things, playing that little role, the boyfriend role, to get what they want. And that's the thing. Don't ever be fooled by what people show you. Always keep your eyes open. There's real individuals out in this world, but there's a lot of superficial shit that happens, right? Again, none of this is to make y'all paranoid. I want you guys to have a strong, keen awareness and observation with what happens in this world. This is just the truth. And it's going to keep continuing to happen. There is no change from this. This is just how society can operate. And women do it a lot of times to finesse men out of money, to finesse men out of drinks, to finesse men out of paying the rent. It happens all the time. Just understand, these people know what they're doing. Listen, a lot of these people are grown ass motherfuckers, and they just have to play a certain role. But you can check that role, but that role is basically made up because this is their way to survive, and this is the way to put something out. So that's why they have to do it, right? Number 12 is going to be it's beautiful. Never be impressed by anyone until they show you they align with action. / never compliment someone freely. Now, see how it all aligns, right? It's because too often, especially in dating, right? Guys can hear a woman be like, oh, I do want to be with you. I do want to smash. I just want to do it the next day. But right now, I do want to spend all day with you. And I want to get these dinner dates. I want to get these drinks. She's finessing the fuck out of you. At that time, she's selling you a dream. Women got game when it comes to this. Women are selling you the dream of what's happening then and there, right? So you're thinking, oh, this is gonna happen. She compliments me, she held my hand, she kissed me, maybe she touched your thing, whatever the case is. Next day she goes you completely. You don't even see her. Why? Because she was never aligning with her action. And plus, that's moving away a little bit too fast and spending too much money. And she sees that. See, she knows exactly what she's doing, the things that we talk about. But the thing too is not even just be impressed by women, but don't be impressed by, even when you put yourself in a place to get interviewed, companies, people around you. That doesn't say that you have a big ego, but you have to understand that people are always vetting you as well. And you have to see who is also there around you. Number 13 is gonna be stay neutral with your losses and win. Now this is great, right? Stay with me. Never get ahead of yourself. Confidence is great, but when you start relying on how great you feel, you may see short of what's to come. Now here's the thing. There's a certain law that I learned, and not that I just read it, but I understood it in life. Now, it's fine to celebrate wins, right? And it's fine to learn from the losses, or to even love the losses, or to even hate the wins sometimes. Because sometimes, shit, I could win a battle in a video game, but then I'm like, damn it, I should have went harder, whatever the case. But when I say this is that staying neutral doesn't keep you away from, I took a loss, I'm gonna learn something great. Oh, I won, let's go. All right, let's keep moving, let's keep marching forward, because the job isn't done. The game is not done. We still got things that we gotta do. This right there creates the understanding and trust that this is just gonna keep continuing to happen. When you're used to wins and losses, you don't just celebrate them all the time. When it comes to a real win, a big win, accomplishment, let's say something you've been working on forever and it really happens, that's one thing. But even with that win, there's still more to it, because even the steps of greatness is step 1, step 2, step 3. You get to that 5th step and you're like, fuck yeah, I got here, all right? But then there's more to come after that step. So that's why I say always remember that no matter what you're celebrating, keep your head on the swivel and just realize that there's more to come. This is not the end. There's a lot more that we have to accomplish in this life, right? People try to see what your character is like. So they'll be like, he won, he's confident, I could tell, but how was he celebrating it? How was he talking about himself? Is he talking loosely about the other people around him? Did he not realize it was a collaborative effort or whatever the case is? People try to keep eye on that, and they might try to hide things from you, right? It's just the truth. All right. And number 14 is going to be never mix business with pleasure. All right. Now, obviously, I tell y'all all the time, never fuck your coworkers. Don't shit out where you eat, all right? Keep that for another time. Go live a life. Go have a lifestyle outside of work. But this is not what I mean in this aspect. I said, never trade your dignity for desire. There's people in this world that want to own you or humiliate you. Now, the thing is that when you trade your integrity for a feeling that you want intensely, that can be something people can obtain and captivate, and they can end up using that against you in the long run, right? Because, oh, he has no morals, he has no respect for himself, so I'm gonna use this against him. Or I'm gonna keep continuously doing it to embarrass this man. He's under my control, he's under my spell. It could be in dating, it could be in companies, it can be friend groups, it doesn't matter. But the moment that you trade your integrity for a desire, oh, people are gonna be fucking with you, bro. Whether you know it or not, and I'm not trying to sound super extreme, but people do wanna humiliate other people and own them. Not own them in the sense of ownership, but they just want to feel above. There's a lot of inferior and superior people in this world. And number 15 is going to be, you are what people need, not the other way around. And I put in parentheses, you are the money, you are the product, be a walking billboard. This one speaks to me highly, and I've learned this a lot in my journey, but just in general is that you are exactly what people need. That doesn't have to take you into the sense that, oh, he got big cojones or some shit like that. It's just that if there were no people running a company, then that company wouldn't be going smooth. People create the company. People that work for big corporations like a Publix or a Target or Walmart, they're really putting in the work from instead of the other people who are not putting in the work, who are just making the money. Sure, they work their way up to the top, but the thing is the people in companies have to speak to these people, and they have to express gratitude. They got to be happy with them. They got to cater to their needs like they're little babies. They got to make sure they feel good. It's constant conversation and constant giving to people who sometimes don't even deserve great customer service, but customer service can make people feel less than who they are. Because once you realize you're the key to everything, you will put yourselves in positions to where it will work out always in your favor, right? That doesn't take away from you having to climb the top into certain aspects, but there's value that coming with I know I'm what people need. Not in the sense that they need me to survive. No, it's just that I add value to where I go. I give value. I know how to speak to people. I know how to make people's days. I know how to up the sales. I know how to do these things. But the thing is that you're the key, and most people are looking for it, because it's the thing of, you can hire many people, but you can't replace an individual like myself. That can even go into dating. That can go into these things, right? And another thing that I said is that you are the money, you are the product, be a walking billboard. I'm also a performer, recording artist, event curator. I do many things. But one thing that I learned is that how important it is to express yourself and to market yourself a certain way. Because who you are within also comes out into everything that you see of me, the lighting to that, to the rings, to whatever. This is all because it's an extension of who I am. And I know that at the end of the day, I like how I look, and plus I understand how the world operates as well. And I'm a billboard, especially you're a boss. You're your own company. You are your own market possession. You are your own thing that you got to show and to give to people. Understand that. And number 16 is going to be, keep your business off the streets. All right. And I put in parentheses, privacy is every player's power. This is a huge one. Keep the business on the street. That doesn't mean don't be telling people you fucking this girl, of course, that too. But also remember that you don't even need to tell your plans to people. Don't tell them what songs you're working on. Don't tell them what goals you've been accomplishing. Stay neutral and lost on wins. Remember, people get hyped and want to tell the wins and shit. People want to get hyped when they tell the losses and shit. But understand, keep your mouth shut and keep your business off the streets. Don't let nobody know until you put it out into the world and see you making it happen. Until it's finalized. You can speak, you don't even have to say it, you just announce it. Only announce things that are finalized. That's a great way to say it. But just, privacy is every player's power. Keep things on private hush mode until you're ready to show it out to the world, but don't be too much of a perfectionist on that. All right, and number 18 is gonna be, every woman is up for grabs. Parentheses, never be complacent about a bitch. Nothing in this world belongs to us. Just in general, a lot of guys don't understand that every woman is up for grabs, right? That can, of course, even married women, the girlfriends, ones who are loyal, obviously, they're gonna stick to their man, vice versa. But the thing is that guys, even when they're trying to talk or have situations, relationships, little small talking here and there, just know these bitches up for grabs. How you start is also how you finish. How you gonna cuff a bitch that was cheating on her man with you and you end up cuffing her, right? You guys had a different vibe, right? And even when I said to the end was that nothing in this world belongs to us, right? We came in alone, we're gonna leave alone, what the people say. And the only thing that belongs to us is the thing that we actually create in this world, right? That doesn't even have to mean humans. It just means our own creations. That belongs to us, but then even then, when we pass, it's just gonna be gone for what it is. And what I'm meaning to say a lot more to even pull the root down for it is just don't get too caught up in attachment of something that will want to eventually leave if they want to. Free will is a high thing. The married women and girlfriends, they cheat a lot because you kind of feel attached, but they want some free will at the same time. All right, number 18, and then we got 2 more to go. It's gonna be, no one is coming to save you. We have to understand, especially as men, that no one in this world is gonna come to save you. And no one is gonna give you a plate, no one's gonna give you a handout. There's gonna be people assisting you, guiding you, right? I have my mentees, I have my students that I work with. I even have my own mentors myself. The thing is that those are people who are willing to learn or willing to guide you at points. The thing is that even still, you have to reach out and show that you want to learn, right? You have to be able to learn, to know that I want to be taught as well. I don't want to just be no bystander in life. I want to learn. You have to reach out. No one is going to come save you. I'm not just going to pass by and just say, hello, do you need to save me? I got you, right? It doesn't even happen like that. Sometimes it's guided, but the thing is that I don't want you guys to ever feel like you're holding onto crutches because someone else is assisting you. You have to understand that this life is yours to dominate in your reality, and you must go all in onto that and know what's best for you. Because even when you may disagree, say, oh, people can help me, people save me. All right, once you start having a big picture understanding of how things are, you see that no one is. It's the ultimate truth, because people think people can be saved. You can only save yourself. Even if a mentor, someone like myself, can guide you out of the darkness you came from, the thing is that you can say thank you to me, but you took the action to want to be saved, to want to be helped. So who did it ultimately come from? You. Because you wanted to. No one will save you. I can pass by you. It's the beautiful phrase of you can bring a horse to the water, but you can't make it drink. And when you free yourself from people do what they want, people know what they're doing, you understand and you have a larger perspective on how this world works and what's happening in this life. It's just the truth. And you will come to that understanding. It's beautiful because then you realize I can do something about it. And that's powerful. All right. Number 19 is going to be nothing changes until you change. Your environments, mindset, women, relationships, respect, and reputation. We often hear the phrase of nothing changes until it changes, right? But it's honest. All of these are simple rules, but what makes it so effective is how impactful each rule is. You can't think that you're gonna change up and then not be consistent with it. Why do you think these patterns are happening? Why do you think your mind is thinking the same way? Why is your body becoming the same way by the same fast food shit that you eat? Why do you think you can't get no women? Is it because you lack awareness? Why do you think you may be getting sized up or getting into altercations that require physical assault? Why do you think these things? What is happening? Why are things not changing and progressing in your life? Why are things not moving? Why do you keep hitting a roadblock? When you hit a stopping point, that's the moment to look at the overall situation. Don't keep trying to hit the wall and be a dumb fuck. Look at the situation for what it is. A stopping point, feeling stuck, feeling lost, only means you need to assess the situation. What am I doing? And nothing will change. Your lifestyle won't change, your dating won't change, women won't change because they keep playing your ass. That's not gonna change until you change. As within, so without. There's nothing that else can change if you don't change and make a move. And number 20 for our last one is gonna be forever is right now and enjoy it, okay? This is one of my favorite quotes that I often say. It's just cause that right now is forever. We make up what's gonna happen. We can have a definite direction, okay? And even if it's just a direction, that doesn't mean that's the end all be all. Our direction could be simply headed to the top because I have things to work on and this is what's gonna evolve. That's a seed. Once you plant the seed, the tree grows. The tree just doesn't grow straight forward. It has roots, branches, many things going on in the tree. But that's how you know that no matter what, forever is in right now and just enjoy it as well. Because even with all the rules that can put you in a spiral or a connection or maybe some paranoia or maybe just a beautiful understanding, you're like, finally, I get it. Even with all of it, still enjoy life for what it is. Enjoy the fruits of your labor. Enjoy the women. Enjoy the drinks. Enjoy the exercise. Enjoy the TV and movies. Explore. Go out and see the world. All stars are here to explore. We're here to explore this world and learn as much as we can and enjoy it. Why would we not enjoy the world? These are just rules, universal rules for you to take in all places because everything is a constellation. Everything connects. It's not just this one thing. That one thing goes into here. These were the top 20 universal rules of the game. Life, self-dating, society, community, plus more. My name is AllStar Izzy, and this weekend we'll be going live to really break it down. Thank you for taking the time out and take what applies. This is an AllStar proof message.